Every year in the NFL, it's a new team. As far as goals go, we have one. Putting a f***ing ring on our finger.
Welcome to the Buccaneers Observer Podcast. This is Rob Phillips.
Molly Bay.
Today is December 6th, 2021, better known as Victory Monday.
Whoa.
Long list of Victory Mondays. We've had Victory Mondays, Victory Tuesdays, Victory Fridays. This has been like the best 20-game stretch in Buccaneers history. No, I'm serious. I think that's a true thing. We haven't lost at home in forever. This was not a home game, but man, that was a good game. I liked that game. How about you?
I did. Yeah, that was a good game. It was a little closer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I know. Well, it wouldn't have been except for that pick six. That pick six gave them hope.
Oh my gosh, that pick six. I know somebody pointed out everyone was complaining about the defense, but they only put up 10 points.
Yeah. Like
that other touchdown was from Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady threw more touchdowns to the Falcons than Matt Ryan did.
Did he?
He had no touchdowns. Matt Ryan had 0 touchdowns.
Oh, that's right, because they had a rushing touchdown.
Yeah.
Mike Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that 17-yarder.
But, you got to show love for a defensive lineman that gets a pick six. Like, that never. Yeah. It's like watching, I don't know, what happens rarely. That was a comment. How about that?
It was so funny. It just kind of like landed in his hands. I mean, it was a good catch by him.
Yeah.
But he just walked it right in.
I know. And if he had to run any further than 5 yards, that would not have been a touchdown. I'm a big old boy.
But it was so funny because we were watching it and the announcers and the whole crowd and nobody realized it happened. Everybody was like, what? Did he just score a touchdown? Everybody, the crowd didn't even react.
I had to look at the refs. I looked at the refs and I was like, what is going on? Yeah. And they signaled touchdown.
That was so strange, so strange.
But it was a stupid, I don't know what the hell the Bucs were thinking at that point. But you can forgive it. We won the game. So
yeah, because we turned around right after that. Let me see. They ended up getting the ball back. And then they got it the second half. Mm-hmm. We kicked it to them. They had 2 plays, and then on third down, we got that fumble recovery. Mm-hmm. So it nullified it.
Right. It was just not really. I mean, if we lost the game, we would be pointed at that.
Yes. And it would have been Tom Brady's fault.
Yeah.
That was it. Nobody's fault but Tom Brady's.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, BA said it was a dumb play call. They shouldn't have called that play.
Yeah. This is something me and Molly talk about all the time. When you're that close to your end zone, you do not throw it anywhere except the middle of the field.
Were in the middle of the field.
No, he threw it. It was a little screen dump to Fournette. He was off to the.
I would argue. I don't know. It was real close to the middle of the field. I'd say it's right on the line.
The point being, there wasn't anybody there to tackle him. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, he walked in unabated.
When you throw it to the outside edge, and they've only got 10 yards to run, there's nobody there to tackle him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I get so mad when I see teams, when they're backed up that close or even within 20 yards of your end zone. I don't think you should be throwing to the outside because if they get an interception, it's a pick six. Mm-hmm. We saw that with Winston how many times?
Oh, God.
The first play he ever did, same exact thing. Last play he ever did with the Buccaneers, same exact thing. The pick six, last play for Tom Brady with the
Tennessee Titans.
Yes, the New England Patriots. Mm-hmm. He threw the same thing. It was a little screen to the outside, or I don't think it was a screen. I think it was an out route, but it was to the edge. Guy intercepts it, pick six. It's just.
I feel like he's had a substantial number of pick sixes this year, like 3, 4. Yeah. Like that seems like a lot to me for an elite caliber quarterback.
Yeah.
Is that just me? Are my expectations too high?
It's just you.
Okay.
Well,
I don't know.
we'll have to-
Like pick sixes, I feel like are not that common
No.
for a quarter. Like I feel like if you get two a season,
We should look that up.
yeah.
See what the average is. See how many Brady's got compared to how many interceptions. What's he got? 13 now or something? Interceptions. I'm going to ask you questions. All.
I know. I got it. Hold on.
You got to research.
What was I looking at? 10. He's got 10 interceptions.
10 interceptions.
On the
Okay.
season.
Yeah, and like 3 of them have been pick sixes.
Yeah, like come on. That's
a third of your interceptions.
Yeah, 30% of his interceptions.
Oh, we can do math. I thought the offense played great. You know, we didn't have a lot of big plays. We had some good ones. The Gronk, you know, he had some good ones. Godwin, good Lord. What did he get? 16 completions?
Good grief.
No, 15. On
And then
17
he also
targets.
had a rushing.
For 9 yards.
He had a rush, yeah. That was that end around.
Yeah, so Godwin had 15 catches on 17 targets for 143 yards. That was a 9.5 average. And he didn't get a touchdown. Neither did Evans. That was, I've got both of them in fantasy football, and I play them every week. And usually one of them will get a touchdown or two. But this week, they still both got good yardage.
Yeah, they got all the yardage, but not the touchdowns.
Evans had 7 catches on 10 targets for 99 yards. So
yeah, they played great.
Yeah,
at a certain point, they both had 99 yards.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were marching the ball down the field with those two, and then we'd get down there and we'd give it to
Gronk.
Or Gronk.
Yeah.
Or Brake got one. You know?
Fournette didn't have any Oh wait, he had one receiving touchdown. Yeah. No rushing.
That one-handed catch, that was great. One-handed catch.
Oh, when he trucked that dude on that run. That's all over Twitter today because he was asking for the clip, so everyone's tweeting the clip of him.
I know, and I feel bad because
somebody.
we're not doing clips anymore.
I know, you could have done that.
I know.
Ralph. Get on it.
But yeah, he destroyed that dude. Just crushed him, ran right over top of him.
What impresses me about Fournette is the ball security. Like I've never squeamish about him because it takes so many people to tackle him. He's got like 4 people. It got to bring him down every time. He's very hard to tackle, but he has not thus far had an issue with ball security.
Yeah, there was a couple of times where you could see the Falcons stood him up and they were trying to get the ball out, and it was just like impossible.
He's like not having it.
Yeah,
he's got like big hands or something where he can just.
You know who's got big hands is Gronkowski, but bigger than his hands is his damn Popeye forearms.
He's so weird. I didn't even know that was a muscle.
I know. We're sitting there watching a press conference,
I'll
and
show
he's
you. On my arm. It's like this muscle. Look, there's like nothing here. I got little chicken arms. But it's like this muscle right here is just oddly.
I know. I want to do it.
Huge. Just weird.
I want to do a screen cap of that. And
I know.
Put it out there because it really looked deformed. He's got this huge forearm muscle on both arms. It makes it look like he's Popeye.
It does. Yeah.
And you go, well, maybe that's one of the reasons why it's so hard to get him down.
Yeah,
he just puts that Popeye arm out there and knocks people over with his forearm. But he did have that play, Gronkowski did, where he caught the ball and he was running. There was 3 defenders coming at him and he just kind of slid down.
Oh, yeah. VA gave him shit about that in the press conference. He was like, I'm going to have a talk with him about sliding like that.
Yeah. And then they asked him about it right after BA was on. Let me see. Suh came on after. No, Brady came on after Arians, and then Suh, which was unusual. And then Gronk. I can't remember if that was the exact order, but so they asked Gronk about that. So did Arians say anything to him? And he was like, oh, yeah. But then he went through and explained and justified the whole thing. And it was like, you could tell he was a little touchy about that.
Oh my goodness.
Saying
that's
that,
funny.
Like not to say he's tough is kind of like what, it kind of got under his skin, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he spent like 3 minutes explaining.
What was going on, why he slid.
Yeah. So, I don't really care who gets the touchdowns. I just love that we get touchdowns. We offense played great. The offensive line, oh my God. They were just Brady. You know how many quarterback hits on Brady?
I'm gonna cheat. Hold on.
No, don't do that.
Okay. All right. I would say 1.
Yes. You did look. You
No,
said
I didn't score.
1. We had 11 quarterback hits on Matt Ryan, 5 sacks. Our offensive line gave up 0 sacks and 1 quarterback hit.
That is crazy.
That's awesome.
That's nuts.
Yeah. In those 5 sacks, I always say all sacks aren't the same, right? Mm-hmm. You get some players will get sacks in the first quarter on first down, and then the opposing team just keeps on going and goes down the field and scores, right? So that sack doesn't mean anything, but you get a sack on third down in the fourth quarter when you're trying to get the ball back. That's a good sack. Mm-hmm. They both go down the stat sheets as sacks, but one sack didn't mean a thing. The other sack won you the game. So they need categories for sacks and different sacks too. But anyhow, our sacks, we had 5 of them. We had 1 in the first quarter. Suh got it. Third down, they had the punt. 1 in the second quarter on first down. That was the one Cam Gill got. And then they ended up going down the field and scoring a field goal. Then we had another one in the second quarter on first down with Vea. They had the punt. Then we had one in the third quarter, third down, Suh had the punt. Then one in the fourth quarter, third down, Vea, they had the punt. Those are some damn good sacks. 3 of them, third down, causing punts. Only 1 sack, a drive was continued after that. So that's awesome.
And these were our interior guys.
Mm-hmm.
So they were getting some push up the middle.
Yeah, except Cam Gill. Yeah, but it was great. Yeah, we were harassing him all day. It was fun. Still not a big fan of this soft zone. We left way too much stuff underneath. I felt.
Yeah, and I felt like Cordero Patterson. Oof. The stats are not that bad as it felt. It felt like a beating by him.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
He only got 78 yards rushing, no touchdowns, average 6 yards.
Right, and the one carry was 39 yards. So he got 39 yards on one carry with 16 rushes. He had 16 rushes. One of them was 39, so that means he got 39 yards on 15 rushes.
Okay. Well, I'm showing
Something
he's
like
got
that.
13 carries.
13 carries?
Yeah.
I counted 16.
Okay.
I didn't look at the stats.
The official. Oh, well, he got 3. He had 3 receptions. So so there it is.
Okay.
3 receptions for 18 yards. And then 13 rushes for 78 yards.
Yeah. His first rush, or we'll just say his first ball carry, because I didn't differentiate between rushes and receptions. 7 yards. Second one, 6 yards. Third one, 39 yards.
Ugh.
Fourth one, 6 yards. Fifth one, 5 yards. Sixth one, 5 yards. Seventh one, 4 yards. Okay. That was all in the first half.
I can live with those little 6, 7, 8 yard
Not me.
carries.
I hate them. But
if the alternative is a 39 yarder,
oh yeah,
which one are you going to take? I'll take the 6 yards all day.
Yeah. But then the second half rolls around. Check these out. 8th carry, 0 yards. 9th carry, 3 yards. 10th carry, 6 yards. 11th, 1 yard. 12th, 0. 13th, 0. Yeah, I mean, we just shut them down in the second half.
And, I was going to ask, is that because they were playing from behind, but they were only 3 points down at that point. It was 20-17.
Yeah.
So they scored no points in the second half. We just completely shut them down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then he had 14th ball touch, 6 yards. 15th ball touch, he got 14 yards, but that was that one where Matt Ryan fumbled the ball on the snap, and Patterson picked it up and ended up getting, nobody knew what was going on.
I thought you couldn't advance a fumble. Did Ryan get it and then gave it to him? Or Cordero Patterson
I can't
picked it up
remember.
and ran with it? I thought you couldn't advance a fumble.
Or
is that only the defense?
I don't know.
I don't know. Those rules are funky.
Rules are
I
stupid.
know.
And then his last carry, 16th, Their last touch, he got 0 yards. So we did a really good job in the second quarter of, kind of putting the kibosh on their run game. But, the thing with the run game, and we had talked about this in the preview, that he's hard to take down, and we had to have our tackling on point. We didn't. Our tackling was mess.
Yeah, I thought so too. Well, I think that it's him. I don't think it's us. Because against Jacksonville, they played Jacksonville, and we watched it. It's the same thing. I think it's just him.
Yeah, you can't arm tackle him.
No. And again, it's like he's like a Houdini. Like he disappears in the pile and pops out somewhere else. I don't know. Or was that Jonathan Taylor? Did we say that about Taylor?
That was Taylor.
Remember. Okay, yeah. That was Taylor. Yeah, no, he's just really hard to bring down.
Yeah, well, we had a crap ton of missed tackles. There was that one play, he took it to the right side, went down the right sideline. No, that was Pitts. It's past to the Pitts.
See, he's another one. He's like the same size as
And we had 4 guys, I think it was, that just totally whiffed on tackling him. And I want to say it was Carlton Davis that was jumped up in the air.
Spun did a little helicopter thing. A little weird. Thing. He was trying to get his legs back after being gone.
He played good.
Yeah, he had like
defenses.
he had like 3 passes defended, which led the team, and especially for being out.
But Winfield surprised me. He's a pretty sure tackler. As a matter of fact, me and Molly were talking about that. I think Saturday, we were talking about Levante David and Winfield are probably our best pure tacklers. And Winfield just did not tackle well. He was trying to one arm and shoulder.
Was it just Patterson or was it everybody during the game?
There was the Pitts, there was Patterson, Mike Davis. Was it?
Well, those were all kind of size mismatches for him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just think we just weren't
on point
with our tackling, I guess. I don't know. I'll have to look at it on the all 22s. But yeah, I'm proud of our guys, man. I think we did great. Our defensive line, offensive line, our trenches, that's always where it's at for me. Our trenches dominated. That's 2 games in a row. Our trenches just killed it. So very happy about that.
Yeah, I will give the Falcons credit though. Like they played a lot better than I thought they would.
Yeah, I think they're an up-and-coming team.
Yeah, Matt Ryan's got to get it together. To me, he's the weakness on the team. I wouldn't be surprised if they upgrade at quarterback.
Yeah.
And it's not his play so much, although that's certainly taken a dive the last few years, but I just think his attitude is not great. Like, you see him all the time. The way that he talks
just
to
like yelling
the people. And always, like, he grits his teeth. Like, it's kind of like how you would talk to your kid when you're, like, mad at him. Like, he just I don't know. I'm like, like, you can't hold the team that way. And I think he's just done this so long. He's probably just worn out and
tired of it.
Yeah.
I don't know a whole lot about Matt Ryan personally or anything. This is all just speculation, but I have never thought he's got leadership qualities. He's not a good field general. Like Peyton Manning, I thought was the best field general that ever hiked a ball. I mean, that guy just commanded a field. And Matt Ryan doesn't seem to, really be a leader of this team. He just doesn't seem to have leadership skills to me.
I don't think so either. And you kind of have to earn that respect from guys to be able to talk to them like that. I don't think he's done that.
I don't think he's done it.
No. Like Tom Brady, he can chew anybody out he wants to.
Oh, God, yeah. He could chew Bruce Arians out.
Yeah.
Roger Goodell. He could chew Roger Goodell.
Ryan Jensen. I feel like he's in Ryan's face. You know what I mean? Just stuff like that. You earn it. And so Matt Ryan, I think, he just does that. Between his play and his history, I think he's just been there too long.
Yeah, I thought Tom Brady was going to rip Mike Evans' head off when he threw that perfect bomb to him, and Mike didn't even put his arm out, and it landed like right in. I mean, if he could have T-Rexed his arms out and caught it. It was that perfect of a pass.
He didn't even try.
It was weird.
Yeah.
And you saw Brady. Brady knelt down, put his head down, and then he looked back up at Evans and you saw him say something as Evans was walking back, I was like, oh, he's going to punch him in the face. He's going to fight him.
Yeah. But then, there was another one like that, and it was to the left, right by the sideline. And it was for a first down. Mike missed it, and he didn't. I mean, he should have had it. That was what was annoying. But then the very next play, Brady went right back to him. Same play, and he made it. Yeah. And I was happy to see that because you get quarterbacks who will get pissy with their receivers if they're not catching the ball, like Aaron Rodgers, and they'll stop throwing to him, and you just kind of like. I don't think Tom Brady's like that, but he could be. Like, you never know. I mean,
but Mike did have a great fingertip catch. It was a little low and caught that. So, Mike played great.
Yeah. I mean, he had 10 targets. He caught 7 of them. Like, you can't complain about that. And had 99 yards. Yeah. Like, no complaint.
But it just seems like once a game, there's a pass where you go, Mike, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was dumb.
Like the one where it hit him in the hand. He wasn't even looking against that the Giants? It was just like. So. Yeah. You're like, how do you not catch a ball that hits you in the hand?
I know.
But then he always redeems himself. So
yeah, I think so too. Ronald Jones only got 1 carry for 2 yards.
Yeah.
He was in I feel like he was in 2 snaps. Like he had another one. I don't know. Is that just me? Do you have a snap count? Okay, not a big deal. Yeah, that makes me sad for him. He's just totally getting. I mean, it sucks. It sucks because Fournette's earned it, as far as I'm concerned. Yes, like he's just. I mean, it sucks for Rojo, but there's nothing you can play better.
That's what we said at the end of last year. We were like, this might be it for Rojo because Fournette just was killing it in the playoffs. And sure enough, I mean, he's started this year. I think Rojo just can't get the snaps because Fournette's dominating.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think, Fournette had that issue last year where he was upset about his lack of playtime, and BA was basically like, this is your role here. So, you either embrace it or you get out. And so I think that was kind of a reality check for Fournette, and he figured out at that point, like, oh, everything's in my control. If I just, I can take this job, and that's what he's done. And I think for Rojo, I just don't know, based on, what we've read about him and heard, like Todd McNair kind of went through this about his personality. Like he's kind of got a more timid personality and
confidence issues.
So in an industry that is all about meritocracy and production, like you're not going to do well unless you can kind of bring yourself out of that.
Yes.
So it sucks for Rojo. I do think that Fournette is going to, at the end of the season, bring a pretty penny. So
yeah, he probably won't be here.
Yeah,
because we're not going to sign him for big money.
No.
But then again, Bruce Arians always has had basically a running back by committee. He's not big on running backs. He will not draft a running back high. He won't pay a running back. I mean, he's just not big into running backs. This is the first time I know of that Bruce Arians has had kind of a workhorse running back. And even when he had David Johnson in Arizona, he didn't use him like he's using Fournette now. So Ronald Jones did have 2 snaps.
Okay.
He had 2 offensive snaps. He's not doing any special teams. That's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's not getting any playing time at all.
I know. Yeah. So what do you do here?
Yeah.
I mean, that sucks. Yeah. That really sucks for him.
Well, next man up. Fournette,
yeah, exactly.
Fournette could, something could happen.
Well, that's kind of what's impressive about Fournette too, is that he's how old is he for a running back? I think 6-7 years, and any long-term injuries, not that I know of. So that's a good thing for him. I'm looking at his his career split. Okay, he came in the league in 2017, so he's only been in the league 5 years. Oh, so he only played 8 games in 2018, so he might have been injured then, and he had 13 in 2017, but I don't know what that is. He might have been hurt, or might have been something else besides injury. But anyway, it's something to look out for. It'll be interesting to see what they do in the off season, especially Fournette his contract's up. So
yeah, he's going to be wanting big money.
Yeah, exactly. He's kind of a personality too, but you also have to wonder if it's he and Tom Brady just have a rapport,
right?
You know,
yeah, because in the Super Bowl, the only ones that got touchdowns were Brady's guys. Fournette, Antonio Brown, Gronkowski. It kind of made me sad. I really wanted to see Evans get a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Me too. Yeah. But he got all that penalty yardage, which he was pretty proud of. So
yeah, he was. Yeah, I saw an interview with Fournette not too long ago, and he talked in great length about last year and how when Bruce Arians approached him and said, "Hey, look, either you buy in or, leave." And he was like, it was a real wake up call to him, and he had to make a decision. Do I stay here? Because he liked the team, he liked the coaches and everything, and he was like, do I stay here and take this sharing role? Because he's never had to do that ever. To high school, college, he's always been the star. I mean, good God, when he was going through college, and even in high school, everybody was talking about him, saying he was going to be the next Emmitt Smith and stuff, So he's always been the number one everywhere he's gone, and he comes here, and they're like, "Hey, take a backup role." And he had a tough time with it, but he said, I was going to play, and I decided I was going to play. I was going to play hard, and if things worked out, then, I will take the starting job, and he did. So can't be mad about it.
No, sure can't.
Our time of possession, they actually had more. They had 5 minutes more time of possession than we did. Yeah, we had 27 minutes, 14 seconds. They had 32 minutes, 46 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But we had more yardage than they did.
Oh, yeah, like a crazy amount. We have 425. They had 380.
Yeah, so it was like 40 yards more.
Huh. How do you do that?
Magic.
Yeah. You had the ball longer, but you get less yards. Penalties, pretty clean game. We had 3 for 15 yards. They had 6 for 39 yards.
I think that might be our lowest penalty game this year.
I know.
And I didn't really see anything
egregious.
Yeah, that I was like, oh my God, they missed that call. Or
there was one thing I think I saw during the game that they should have called. Or maybe that was a different game. What was that jersey tug? What game was that? Remember, it should have been, I think it was our game. I think it was, who was, I don't know. They were tugging on that jersey the whole time. And they played it on the replay. And the rest were like, just let the guys play. And I'm like, no, that is definitely.
Yeah.
Gosh, who was, I can't remember who that was.
You're getting all your games confused.
I know. We watch too much football.
Yeah. What? How dare you, woman? Yeah, there was a couple of penalties they got for pass interference, and I was like, that didn't really look like pass interference to me, but I ain't mad because it was them.
Yeah.
So.
But they had 6 penalties for 39 yards. Like, that's nothing. Not bad
at all. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, this wasn't a game that was decided by the refs.
No.
You hate those games. So, Tony Corrente's crew, C+, I'll give them so far. I like them. They, I thought it was a pretty clean game. They didn't get in the way. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So, let's look at the playoff positioning. So, the Packers this week had a bye. So, they did not change position. The Cardinals, they won. They beat, who did they play again? It wasn't the Broncos. Chicago. It's an orange team. And so they went up to 10-2. Packers are 9-3. We're 9-3, but we're still the 3rd seed. And then Cowboys 8-4. The Rams are 8-4, so they're the 5th seed. And then the football team is 6-6. They are 6th seed, and 49ers 6-6 are the 7th seed. So a major thing in the wild card hunt, which this is fun to watch now that we are safely at the front top of the division. We don't have to worry about any of this crap. We can watch everybody else fight it out. The Minnesota was in the hunt. I mean, I think last week they were like maybe 6th, 7th seed, and now they lost to Detroit, who got their first win. And so Minnesota dropped. They are now 9th, so they're 2 games out of playoff contention at this point.
I had picked Minnesota as my survivor this week.
Oh my gosh.
I was so upset.
You should not have done that.
Well, now, yeah.
I
looking
know.
back on it.
Who else did you have? Probably not a whole lot.
There wasn't a whole lot. Wasn't as
point.
bad as last week, though. Last week was impossible to pick.
Yeah. Did you get
lucky.
it, though?
Yeah, last week I got Chicago.
Okay. You picked them to win?
Yeah.
To beat who? Detroit? Was that who they played?
Can't remember who it was they played.
The Jets, probably.
It might have been. Yeah. Yeah, in our game, the first 2 drives we did no huddle. And we scored on both drives, touchdowns on both drives.
Yeah, we did. Did we punt? Oh, we scored on the first drive.
And the second one.
Okay.
And the 4th one.
Yeah, we were like in playoff caliber. You know, we were just driving down the field, which was good to see. You know, last week we had that first drive.
That was a mess.
That was a mess. So
it ended on the 4-yard net punt.
Yeah. So that's nice to see when we get going quickly.
It does. It makes you feel better. And as soon as we scored that touchdown, I was like, this game's over.
Yeah.
There wasn't a single moment in that game where I felt like they were going to threaten us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. I did have a moment of pause when they drove down the field and scored right after we did. It's like, we scored, they answered, we scored again. Yes. Did they answer again?
Field goal.
They did. Oh, they did. Okay. And we missed an extra point.
Yes,
on one of the, I think the second touchdown, we missed the extra point, which that was a little annoying.
Yes.
You're like, come on, dude.
You are correct. Very annoying.
But if that's all we have to complain about, we're doing pretty good.
But, you know, we let them score on their first drive, and, you know, the announcers were saying that they hadn't scored on their first drive all season.
Oh, God, those records, like, piss me off. Yeah. I hate when that happens.
Well, it was those runs. That, you know, Patterson got that 39-yarder, and then very next play, it was a 17-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, it's like our defense was not warmed up yet, and I do feel like that they take a little bit of time to get going.
Well, Bruce Arians came out, and he said, you know, we'd said it on the podcast, you know, that Bruce Arians said, you can't run on us. I don't care who you are. So they obviously took that to heart. That was bulletin board locker room material.
I know. They were like,
they came out just immediately running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't think we were expecting that at all.
No.
So they kind of pulled the wool over our eyes. And it worked for them for the first half. Second half, they didn't get that much, but we were expecting it in the second half, I guess. So I thoroughly enjoyed that game. I always like beating Atlanta. So Tom Brady's 10-0 against Atlanta now. Is that right?
I can't remember. I think we were wrong in the last podcast, whatever we said.
I fact checked it. I think you'd said 9-0.
Oh, okay.
And because he had played Matt. We had talked about how many games did he play against Atlanta before Matt Ryan became quarterback, and it was 2.
Okay.
He's beaten Matt Ryan 7 times.
8.
Yesterday made it 8.
Yeah. Okay.
So He's 10-0 against.
I follow you. Okay.
And they put up a pretty cool graphic, too, showing quarterbacks that were undefeated against teams. And I want to say it was Peyton Manning against the Texans was 13-0 or something like that.
Ooh.
Something. But that's the record, 13-0.
Oh, man.
So Tom Brady could break it next year.
He broke another one of Peyton Manning's records. I forget what it was. Was it the... Gosh, I
touchdowns to Gronk? No.
Was it? No, I think they're on pace to break that record, but having it, I can't remember. Chris Godwin surpassed his own career best for receptions.
Number of receptions or yardage?
Yeah, number of receptions. And then he surpassed Mark Carrier for the third most receptions in franchise history.
Total receptions, or
you
talking about in that game?
Total.
Huh. Yeah. He's in third place already?
Yeah.
That just goes to show how crappy the Buccaneers were for so long.
I know. So Mike's probably number one, right?
Evans?
Yeah.
I would think so.
Yeah, I've never even heard of Mark Carrier. Have you heard of him?
Don't say that on a Buccaneers podcast. Come on, man.
Can you edit that out?
No. I'm not going to.
Listen.
She's joking, guys. Everybody, she's joking. She knows. She's actually got a Carrier tattoo.
I have his jersey. What number does he wear?
Yeah, just about every pass Tom Brady throws is a record anymore. I mean,
I know.
He's breaking records left and right. Just everything.
He's just done it all.
And he's doing it with us. It feels so good. It's so weird. This is 2 years in a row now where we're just like, oh, man, we're just awesome.
Yeah.
And, there was a stretch in the late 90s, early 2000s, where we had a great team, but it was a battle every week. There was very few weeks where we went in and I was like, we're going to win this. There was quite a few weeks where we'd go in and I'd be like, yeah, we're going to beat these guys up. I don't know if we'll win, but they're going to walk out limping. But, with this team, you just feel like there's very few teams that can give us make us doubt ourselves. Anyhow.
Well, there are quite a few times where we've had tough games that we eventually won. Like I would say Indianapolis was one of those. Even this game was tough at times.
Yeah, these are professional football teams. They're all going to be tough.
Yeah. Well, I think that's where when you hear, we got the GOAT on our team, you think, it's just going to be an easy win every time. Right. And it's just not reality. There's very little difference between the top and the bottom as far as caliber of talent and all that. Oh my gosh, I just went to Twitter to check the news real quick, and they have a video of it snowing its ass off in Buffalo.
Yes. Oh, that's going to be a great game tonight. So
tonight, the Patriots face Buffalo. Y'all need to watch this game because we see them on Sunday. At home, though. Thankfully, we do not have to go to Buffalo.
Right.
But they get a short week, and...
Yeah, we play them at 4:05 or 4:20? 4:05.
4:25.
4:25. So that's next week. We play Buffalo at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay.
Correct.
So tonight, watch this game and see how we can beat them up. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
Tonight's game is going to be great, and Sunday's game is going to be great.
Yeah, because
this is really our last tough game.
Yeah.
Against Buffalo.
Yeah. With a real contender. And, of course, the AFC East is pretty competitive. Like, at this point, the Patriots have it.
Yeah. They're the top in the AFC.
They're the top. Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Which, who saw that coming?
Well,
Not Ralph and Molly, for sure.
For sure.
We thought Bill Belichick was done. That question was answered. Yeah. But he just needed not Cam Newton. And there it is. So, yeah, so that division, and I'm glad that we faced them when we did in week 5 and not week 15, because that might have been a very different game than what we saw. So, okay. I was going to check the news real quick and see if I missed anything. I haven't really been on.
Yeah, Bruce Arians has got a injury.
I know.
Achilles?
It's that Achilles injury. Listen, I told y'all guys the last time I went jogging, the first and only time I went, I was like, I'm going to be one of those people who runs. And
she hates running.
I hate running. I've always hated running. So just my brother lost a lot of weight running, so I was like, I'm going to give it a crack. And it was awful, and I couldn't move for a week. So I feel you, BA. I'm with you, buddy. Let me see. Jamel Dean is in concussion protocol, but he's supposed to be, could be back for Sunday's game. Golston has a patellar tendon issue in his knee, but they don't know how serious it is. But Arians said they might not lose anybody for the Bills game. So that's good. Did you hear about Richard Sherman?
Yes.
They might... he's going to start training at safety.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
That'd probably be better because he was lost playing cornerback. Is
it just our system?
Yes, very much so. And I think he was trying to keep everything in front of him when he was playing with us. Mm-hmm. So I think the safety position would probably be better for him. I don't know if he's got the speed to keep up with guys anymore and stuff like that. Safeties, you just really have to be kind of tough and smart back there, and he's both.
Yeah.
So
maybe better suited.
Yeah. Wouldn't have a problem with that at all. I was very happy with our cornerbacks. Now, they were catching the ball all over the place, but we were defending. We were doing some great pass defense. But, most of the reason why they were catching so many passes is because of this soft zone coverage we're playing. We're letting them get in between our seams and underneath and all that good stuff. So,
yeah, Matt Ryan, they had 259 yards passing.
Yeah.
So.
And a lot of it was on crucial third downs too, and it aggravates the mess out of me. You're just like, why can't you stop just one pass? But it's not the secondary. That's not the issue.
They went 9 for 17 on third downs. That's not bad, right?
50%.
No, yeah.
So what if? Just hear me out here. What if the Patriots go to the Super Bowl and the Buccaneers go to the Super Bowl? Two things about that. It would be the most watched Super Bowl in the history of Super Bowls by far.
We would win it.
I tell you, man, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Well, we already played them.
We played them. They won. I mean, we won. They weren't playing that well at the time, though.
Right. They were dead at the time.
I just think with Mac Jones, you got a rookie quarterback. You're going to go to the Super Bowl with him up against a quarterback who's been half of the seasons he's played in the NFL. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
It's not even a question.
But wouldn't that make a lot of people go, that's got to be a setup by the NFL?
I know.
Because that's the perfect matchup.
Yeah.
This is the perfect matchup.
That's true.
People would be screaming bloody murder. The NFL set this up.
Well, you always got those crazies, every year.
I've got a friend of mine who honestly believes that the NFL manipulates the games and stuff. And he's got good arguments, man. I mean, he's not a dumb guy. He could point stuff out and be like, look here and this and that. And you're like, oh, crap.
Well, based on the officiating this year, it's like, wouldn't surprise me. Garbage officiating.
Yeah, the nice thing about our defensive line, like you said, we have so many guys that can get sacks and pressure. It's just ridiculous. I mean, Suh got 2, Vea got 2, Cam Gill got 1. Last week we had Nelson getting them. Nacho. Golston.
Yeah, I mean,
good Lord. I think every defensive lineman we got, except for McClendon, has gotten.
Yeah, but McClendon has an interception.
He's got an interception, right.
What about Pat O'Connor? I don't think he's gotten one this year. Or did he? I can't remember.
Don't know. And then you got our linebackers. You know, you got probably the best linebacking duo in the league. Mm-hmm. Devin White, Levante David. Levante isn't playing with the same fierceness he used to play. Well, you know, he was never like in your face. He's always been kind of a gentleman, but he's always there. Mm-hmm. And you're not seeing that much this year. But he's playing very smart. He's not being as physical, I guess is the word, but he's playing very, very smart. And I feel like he's teaching these guys to punch the ball out because, you know, he's very good at it. Mm-hmm. And that Desir, when he punched that ball out from behind.
That's how he's done it before. And that's not the first time he's done that this season.
Yeah, but you could see Levante David was jumping up and down and going, yes. You know, and I feel like, you know, that's like his contribution to the team is teaching the young guys how to do that. Yeah. And it was Carlton Davis that got the fumble recovery from that. Mm-hmm. So that was good to see. First game back, he had, 3 pass defenses, a fumble recovery. That was great to see. Yeah. That one pass defense was beautiful. He stretched out. He jumped. He dove for it. Got a tip. Just a tip.
That's all it takes.
That's all it took. It made that ball wobble, and guy couldn't catch it. Mm-mm. Yeah, very happy with those guys, man. No complaints from anybody. No. The only thing I can say was tackling. You know, way too many one arms, way too many guys launching, trying to. Well,
and apparently, Vital Bowles had a fiery speech at halftime, but we'll never know what it was. So.
Well, it worked because, like I said, I read the numbers to you. I mean, he had quite a few zero. Mm-hmm. He had 1, 2, 3, 4 stuffs where he got no yardage. He had 1 for 3 yards, 1 for 1 yard, 2 for 6 yards, and then 1 for 14 on that fumble. So, yeah, I would say we did a pretty damn good job in the second half, keeping him behind the line of scrimmage anyhow.
I agree. Thank goodness. Zach Triner, our long snapper who just came back, got put on the COVID list today.
I saw that. Now, did he get popped as positive or is he a close contact or something?
Who knows? I don't know. They didn't say. But the Carson Tinker that we just got rid of, he just signed with the Raiders last week because their long snapper had an issue. So we'll see.
O'Connor does not have any sacks this year.
He got one last year.
Yeah. Well, he rarely gets any snaps. Mm-hmm. No, he got 15 against Atlanta.
Okay. They were trying to give JPP some rest.
Oh, he needs it.
I know.
He needs it. Although he looked a little bit livelier out there during this game than he has.
Looking to see if he showed up on the stat sheet. Yeah, he had 2 tackles and 1 solo.
So, yeah, very happy with our defense. Very happy with our offense.
Yeah. They get the job done. And it's like when you're such a dominant team, you expect the score to be a lot more lopsided. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's a good point that they only did score 10 points on offense. Like, that's pretty lopsided. If we didn't let them throw that pick 6,
right,
it would have been a 30-10 game.
Yeah, and that was just one of those. That was just a brain fart.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
You know, one, Tom Brady didn't expect that guy to be there. 2,
I know.
Yeah, don't expect him to catch the ball.
I know.
You know, maybe bounce off his face or something. And 3, just walk it in a touchdown. You know, nobody saw it.
No.
Nobody saw it coming, and nobody saw it after it happened. Everybody was just like, it was so weird how the stadium was just quiet. The announcers were kind of like, what just happened there? And me and you both looked at each other and went, did he have the ball? Because he was like standing there like he did a touchdown thing. We were like, what's going on?
What happened?
Everybody was confused on that one.
Yeah.
I bet he was confused.
I know.
He was probably like, what am I doing with a ball? It's fun. We can laugh at it. If we would have lost.
Exactly. Right.
We'd have been mad.
Right. Yeah.
But,
so.
Yeah, Molly, you had picked 41-28 Buccaneers.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say you got this one. I had picked 48-21 Buccaneers. I was closer to their score.
Yeah. But what about the differential?
Yeah.
Like you had a 27 point.
Yeah, I figured out how we're going to figure out who was who did best on this. We're going to have we're going to have three ways. We're going to have point differential.
Okay.
Between how far the points differential between the opponents were.
Okay.
Like if you pick 20 points for us and 17 for them, but it was the final score ended up being 30-27, it's still a 3-point differential. So you'll get a point for that. Mm-hmm. And then we'll do the offense, the Buccaneers, how close you were to getting the Buccaneers score each game, and then how close you were to getting to the opponent's score. So we'll get a point for each one of those, and then a point for differential.
Gotcha.
Bam.
Okay.
Bam.
That's fair. I like
math.
It. All right.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to win.
I think you are too. I think you've won every week.
You got to let me tally the points though, because I'm going to trust you.
Yeah. I've already figured out a way to cheat. So.
I know. You guys. Right. Well, you have the sheet. You have the scores. So that's reason number one that you could cheat.
We used to do every year we had a sheet that we would print out, and we would pick who we thought was going to win each division, who was going to go to the playoffs, and who was going to win the Super Bowl. And the first year, Molly couldn't figure out how I had picked so well. And then I had told her, I was like, yeah, I cheated. I rewrote it or I reprinted one out and redid it and everything. So then the next year we had to sign it, right?
Oh, I put in a sealed envelope.
No, that was the third year. Because the second year I did the same thing. I cheated. We had signed each other's.
We don't play this game anymore because Brown cheats
cheated.
too much.
But I win too, so.
How would you know?
Cheating's fun.
If you win, I'll still
I kept
think
the original.
you cheated.
Yeah. So then the third year, we put it in an envelope, sealed the envelope, and then signed the envelope right on the edge so you couldn't tell it. And so I had taken it and I steamed it open and did another one. It's just fun for me. I always tell you. So, anyhow.
You're going to give me the opportunity to cheat. I'm gonna start.
I give you always. I look for it. That's why I'm trying to teach you how to look for cheating, man. All right, so we got the Buffalo Bills tonight, and we got them Sunday. So it's going to be interesting to see if we need to keep an eye out for their injuries, keep an eye out for how they play the Patriots. What type of scheme they're going to use. Now this is a division game for them, so they're going to play it differently than they're going to play us, because we're not a division game. The Belichick and the Patriots have played the Bills many times with this coaching staff, this team. So they're going to bring out a bunch of different stuff every time they play them.
So the Patriots have not yet. Oh, wait. Yes, they did. Okay. No, the Patriots have not had a bye yet. They're 8-4, right? And Buffalo's 7-4.
Yeah. So they haven't had a bye. And I think Buffalo's coming off a bye. They're maybe a week out from a bye.
Gosh, I just had their thing up. But Buffalo is 3-2 at home. New England is 5-0 away. So they're undefeated on the road. And, Bill Belichick's very familiar with the stadium, their division opponent. So that should be interesting.
We lead the all-time series with the Bills 7-4. We've only played them 11 times.
Wow.
How crazy is that?
Yeah. So they haven't even played. They played their heart. Gosh, they've had an easy schedule. So they played the Steelers, lost. Dolphins won, 35-zip. Washington won, 43-21. Texans won, 40-zip. Chiefs won, 38-20. Titans, they lost, 34-31. They won against the Dolphins again. They played the Jags. They lost, 9-6. That was pretty funny. That was that beginning of November game. Played the Jets, they won. They played the Colts, they won. And they won against, or they lost to the Colts 41-15 and then won against the Saints. So, I mean, they have not played very good opponents. Like they're
Are you talking about the Patriots or the Bills?
No, this is the Bills. So they had the Steelers who are 5, or I think 6-5 now, 6-5-1. Chiefs and the Titans were like, and the Colts were their hardest opponents.
Yeah. That was pretty tough.
So we'll see. I think, but I think the Patriots will be a really good measure of where they are at this point in the season.
Yes. Right now, we have a lot of similarities. Their away record is 4-2. Ours is 4-3. Their home record, however, is 3-2. Ours is 5-0. Points scored a game, they're at 29.6, which is second in the league. Ours is 31.4, which is first in the league. Points allowed a game, their defense allows 16.5. They're second in the league defensively for points allowed. We are 16th at 22.5. Takeaway differential, they're +9. That gives them fourth in the league. We are +8 at sixth. Pass yards a game, they are 271, which is 8th in the league. We are 311, which is number 1, baby. Woo. Rush yards a game, they're 11th in the league at 118. We are 25th with 92. Defensive pass yards allowed in a game, they are second at 178. We are 20th with 248. Oof. So that's a big difference there. Rush yards a game, guys, we have for the first time all year are not number 1. We are number 2 now behind the New Orleans Saints.
Dang it.
We are bumped up. We were 76 yards a game, something like that. And we are now 84 yards a game allowed rushing, but that puts us in second place. They are 6th, only allowing 96 yards a game rushing. So a lot of similarities there, but there's a big difference in defensive pass yards allowed. That's the one we're going to have to watch out for because they throw the ball and they score points.
Oh, yeah. Josh Allen, he chunks it. He's got an arm.
So we'll see.
But he is a bonehead. Like, he makes dumb decisions.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's something we can exploit. And definitely I would look out for Bill Belichick exploiting that as well. They have not played the Patriots yet this year. This is the first time they've played, and then they play again in 3 weeks on the day after Christmas.
Good for them.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. The league really seems to be trying to push a lot of division games towards the end of the year now. They started doing it where they tried to make the last game a division game.
I like that one.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
It really makes, it gives teams
Add
something
some drama at the end of the season.
Yeah, because some of those games are going to end up being deciding playoffs. So that was smart on the NFL's behalf. You're not going to hear me say that often. So good game tonight. I'm excited about it. It's gonna be an interesting matchup Sunday. I'm gonna study this game tonight hard to see. Because I'm kind of the opinion that they might get us Sunday,
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see.
I think we're the better team.
I did too.
I think they're pretenders.
Well, you called that last year during the playoffs, and you were right.
Oh, yeah. Like when they imploded against... Oh, that was the saddest bar I've ever been to. Full of Bills fans.
It was just so
They
depressing.
were so depressed. Like, even at the beginning of the
game.
game.
Yeah, they came in depressed. They were like,
yeah.
we're not going to win this. It was Kansas City against Kansas City.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. So.
All right. I think we're about done here. Molly, got anything else to say?
Ooh, I just stabbed myself with a staple. No, I'm good. Good win, guys.
Yes.
We did it.
All right, guys. We do appreciate your support. We appreciate you taking your time listening to what we got to ramble on about. We are Buccaneers fans. We love the Buccaneers. We try to keep everything Buccaneers related and positive about the Buccaneers. You ain't never going to hear us talk about firing people or cutting people. We do appreciate it. We appreciate the guys that support us financially as well. If you're interested in something of that nature, you can look down in the description. There should be a link there. Takes you to the Anchor, I think it is, that you could set up a monthly like donation to us. I think 99 cents a month or $4.99. Or the big spenders at $9.99. Big money, big money. And we do appreciate you guys, man. It means a lot to us. It's one of the reasons that we get on here every time is because you guys are so great. We love your feedback, too. I really expected a lot more negative feedback about the podcast we did that I got censored on YouTube for.
Censored, Ralph.
But no, we didn't get that much negative feedback. And, it seems like all you guys are of the same ilk. Yeah, just like the Buccaneers, and that's all we care about. We don't care about the Tampa Bay Times and those reporters and stuff like that because they're not on our side. So, guys, we do appreciate it. If you get a chance, subscribe, like, give us a rating on the iTunes thingy. Is that the only place you can rate?
I have no idea.
It's the only one that matters, I guess.
I'm such a boomer. Don't ask me this stuff.
You're not a boomer.
Yeah.
You're mentally a boomer.
Mentally I'm a boomer. I just got Venmo, and it's been a struggle.
Yeah, anything you can do helps, but if nothing else, just keep listening to us because that's what matters the most. That's why we do this, man. All right, got a big game Sunday. We're going to have more to talk about that probably Friday. Wednesday, we're going to try to have the All-22. Talk about that.
I think if we don't have the All-22 Wednesday, we should do the preview Wednesday. Switch them.
I know, but then there's not a final injury report.
I know, but then we can always touch that up in the last one.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Yeah. Hopefully I'm going to have it done because I'm getting up early tomorrow to do it. So
Famous last
words. All right,
guys. I'll update y'all on Twitter if that actually happens. I'm going to send a picture of you sleeping on the couch when I get up.
Oh, my goodness. All right, guys. That's going to wrap it up for us. Till next time.
Go Bucks.